Hello, happy Friday, everybody. This is another edition of Time Out Over Time on the Time Out Over Time YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal. You know the drill if you haven't done so yet. And tell your friends, please get down there in the corner, smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Well, what a blustery day. It looks like a return to winter, doesn't it? We won't have any sunshine for a whole week. Every day is pretty much going to look like this. I don't mind it. Little, we've got 4 weeks of winter left yet, don't we? Just as long as we don't get any significant snow anymore and I have to shovel, please. I'm all done with that, I hope. Cold weather doesn't bother me. It's the snow and the ice that becomes a dilemma, if you will. And let's hope we've got most of that behind us. Well, anyway, it's going to be dark and gloomy for the next week. I think maybe next Friday we'll see the sunshine again. But until then, you got this blustery back to winter. And maybe I think we all got a little spoiled and forgot what winter was like. So that's your meteorology report for the day, I guess, if you will. It looks like United States and Canada for the gold medal on Sunday morning. Did anybody think it was going to be any different? Possibly yesterday when Canada got behind Finland 2-0, but they came back to win 3-2. United States is blowing out Slovakia. It's 5-0 at the second intermission. It's not much of a game, actually. So it's something that I discovered in researching all of this. The Olympic Games, Winter Olympics, more specifically, started after an agreement allowed players from the National Hockey League to participate in their games, beginning in the 1998 games in Nagano, Japan. Since then, and I was quite surprised. I didn't realize this. Of course, it's only every 4 years. Since they've been using players from the National Hockey League, the United States has never won a gold medal, ever, since they started doing that. Now, the last time the U.S. won a gold medal was in 1980, where at Lake Placid, their Miracle on Ice. Do you believe in miracles? You know, of course, they went on to make the movie starring Kurt Russell, and I didn't think it was all that hot, but I'm not much of a movie critic anyway. But 1980, and those were college players. The last two gold medals in hockey that the United States has won in the Olympics were 1980 and 1960. And again, those were college players. So the United States has not won a gold medal in hockey in what now, 46 years? And since they've been, since they incorporated players from the National Hockey League, USA has never won a gold medal. So we'll see what happens this Sunday morning, beginning a little after 8 o'clock. They're 6 hours ahead of us, so that would be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon over there, I think. But we knew, I think we all knew when the Olympics began 2 weeks ago that this is what it was going to come to. The United States and Canada would be playing for the gold. I think we all knew that. Anyway, sponsors. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Been part of our community for more than 4 decades, 40 years. They've been serving our community, proudly serving our community. And I stress the word proudly. This is a testimonial more than a commercial. I speak for myself when I say you will not find a better sit-down restaurant in our area. You just won't. Hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, open until 8 Friday nights with all you can eat fish. And of course, during Lenten season, they sell a lot of fish on Friday night. It's good. You get it baked or fried. It's just award-winning all day. Breakfast, award-winning breakfast served all day. Fast, friendly service, great family atmosphere. Carlton Road in Hillsdale, directly across the street from here. Everybody knows where the Finish Line restaurant is. As I've said before, it's not close. You won't find a better sit-down restaurant. A lot of great new menu items. I've tried them all. Believe me, they're fantastic. You got to get in there and try them. You know, the food is great. The price is right. The service is good. The atmosphere is good. You can't ask for anything more in a restaurant. And I can guarantee you, when you fuel up from food at the Finish Line restaurant, you will always finish first. I better see y'all in there. Okay. All right. We're also brought to you in part by Barron Insurance. Have you got your playbook ready for Medicare? Well, do you? Don't let healthcare costs bench you. We're calling an audible with Joe Rudin at Barron Insurance to help you navigate Medicare and health insurance. Whether you're aging into Medicare, you're in a special enrollment period, or you're simply losing other coverage, Joe's got the stats and the know-how to help you score the best coverage for your needs. Plus, you get a game plan for retirement healthcare costs. What about businesses? Don't get sacked. Joe's got a group health coverage option plan for you too. You can give Joe a call at 517-849-1000 or check him out at www.barrettins.com. You'll find them at the corner of US 12 and M99 in downtown Jonesville. That's Joe Rudin Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. That's barrettins.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. Now, Pistons last night, 15-point win over the New York Knicks, shorthanded. No Jalen Duren, no Isaiah Stewart. Didn't really matter. They won by 15 points anyway. The Knicks were fully loaded. They weren't missing anybody. And the Pistons pretty much had control of the game from start to finish. I don't think they ever trailed. I don't think the Knicks ever had the lead last night. ESPN was hyping this game all week. ESPN was hyping the game all week long, making it sound like it was Game 7 of the Eastern Finals or something. So I guess they didn't have any choice this morning when they came on the air with Get Up, is to finally give the Pistons and Cade Cunningham a little love. I think Cade Cunningham is a legitimate MVP candidate. No question about that. This team has so many unsung heroes on it, starting with Paul Reed. It's not funny. Deep bench. They take pride in playing great defense. The NBA has kind of become a league of bombs away, 3-point shooting, and no defense. Well, guess what? The Pistons are doing just the opposite. Not so much 3-point shooting, more points in the paint. They like to run, and they take pride in playing defense. There was remember the Smith Barney commercials? Was it John Goodman, the actor? We do things, we make money the old-fashioned way, we earn it. You might be too young to remember those commercials. That was for Smith Barney. We do it the old-fashioned way, we earn it. Well, guess what? The Pistons are winning the old-fashioned way. Now, they got a game tomorrow night against the Chicago Bulls. But, you know, the news that has come out recently that it looks like the Chicago Bears are going to be moving to Hammond, Indiana, where they'll get a new dome stadium built for them down there. It's about 25, 30 miles south of Chicago. Be like about from here to Coldwater. It's not a done deal, but it's looking, now that the Indiana legislature has signed off on this, it's looking more and more like a legitimate possibility. The Bears playing in Hammond, Indiana. What I was getting to, though, I got sidetracked. They're playing the Bulls tomorrow night in Chicago. I think from now on, I'll refer to Chicago as Hammond, Indiana. Okay. You know, if you're a Lion fan and traveling to that area to see the Lions play the Bears, it's right off I-94. It's about 25 or 30 miles south of Chicago, just off I-94. It would be a lot easier to get to that stadium than it would be where they are now at Lakeshore Drive in Chicago. You talk about a traffic nightmare. That's what that is now. If they were to move to Hammond, Indiana, and if you're a Lion fan that enjoys going over to watch them play, it'd be a lot easier, much less of a hassle to have them play in Hammond, Indiana, just off the freeway than it would be to have to fight that traffic on Lakeshore Drive. That's ridiculous. Anyway, they got sidetracked. The Pistons are playing in Chicago tomorrow night. Let's hope that's not a trap game. But why do I say that? Because Monday night at home, what is it? San Antonio. Wednesday night, OKC. Friday night, Cleveland. Then I think they go to Orlando. Then they're playing Cleveland again and San Antonio. Schedule gets much tougher for them the next 10 days. I think we'll find out a little more about it. Are they the best team in the East right now? If the Celtics would get Jason Tatum back, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that right now. Again, you want to remember too, can the Pistons win the whole thing? Well, one particular game like they had last night is not nearly the same as a playoff series. In a playoff series, the best of 7 games every other day, and you're traveling back and forth from one venue to the next when you're not playing, that's tough. That's tough. And to do that until the middle of June, that's really, really tough. I don't know. I think they can. I think they can get to the Eastern Finals. Again, I don't know what the situation is with Jason Tatum and the Celtics. That's kind of up in the air right now whether he's coming back or not. Look, we'll discuss this tomorrow morning with Andy and Jed on Timeout. Okay. Football next week. The combines get underway on Monday the 23rd. Combine starts at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis. It runs for about a week. Everybody will be down there. Coaches, assistant coaches, general managers, of course, hundreds of players. It'll be a beehive of activity. I guess the NFL Network does a good job covering that. I no longer have them, but if you want to see Rich Eisen run the 40-yard dash in his street clothes, go for it. I find it quite boring. A lot of it is interviews rather than on-field activities, putting the players through their paces, one-on-one interviews, Wonder League tests, and all that. But starts Monday at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis, and I'm sure Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell will be down there holding court and having press conferences. So anyway, and then of course, a couple of weeks after that, free agency begins, and that's when the real work starts for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and company. Oh, I'm sure the new coaches, Drew Petzing and Mike Kafka will be down there with the other coaches. No, that's next week. Something to look forward to next week, Lucas Oil Stadium. So before we get to the Tigers tonight, to close this out, brief word here for Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale. That's the only place to go for tech services in our area. 37 Walton Street, downtown Hillsdale, 517-610-38. 517-610-5372. 37 Walton Street, downtown Hillsdale. The only place to go for tech services in our area. Anything at all. Computers, flat screen TV, mounting, programming, setup. Maybe you're changing internet providers. You need that installed. The printers, anything at all. If it involves tech setup and services, get in there and see them. Okay? There's no other place to go around here. 517-610-5372, or get in there and see them at 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale. Tell them Brecken Making Sense, will you please? Thank you very much. Tigers' first spring training game of this season is tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the Yankees in Tampa. Kyler Montero will be starting for the Tigers. They have announced today when they will be wearing their new alternate uniforms. I'll briefly go through that for you. So the home uniforms, the orange jersey with the navy Old English D and the old logo patch on the sleeve, and of course the Meyer patch on the other sleeve with the white pants. Those will be worn for every Friday night home game. I'm assuming they're going to wear those Friday, Easter, Good Friday. I don't remember what time. It's not a night game, but the opening day at Tiger at Comerica Park, I'm sure they will be wearing those jerseys. So they're going to be, remember, they're going to wear the orange jerseys for every Friday night home game. You're saying, well, what about the City Connect? Those will be Monday nights. Okay, so City Connect is moving from Friday night to Monday night because they're getting bumped by the new orange jerseys. What about the new Navy road jerseys with the orange script in Detroit across the chest? Those will be worn, I think, for every Sunday road game. That's what I'm hearing so far. Okay. We'll have a test on all this later on, by the way. And before I forget, too, where we get on, remember this will be their last season. This will be the Tigers' last season at Comerica Park because Comerica Park was kind of gobbled up by Fifth Third Bank. So Fifth Third Field is already in Toledo. They could call it Fifth Third Park next year. I don't know. But anyway, we'll find that out after the season's over. Well, you might not have to worry about that next year anyway, because there probably won't be any baseball. How's that? Okay. And if you haven't heard, the Major League Baseball Players Association has lost its executive head. Tony Clark is gone after it was revealed that he had an inappropriate affair with his sister-in-law, who was working for the union. In what capacity, I don't know. I don't think it helps any that Tony Clark was already under investigation for misappropriation of union funds. By the way, he's being investigated for that by the feds, I think. So it sounds like Tony's in a lot of trouble. Okay? That's where that's at right now. This came at a bad time for the union. Couldn't have come at a worse time. But Tony, you nasty boy, Tony. Anyway, I think I've got you caught up on everything. Yeah, that's it. Give us a listen tomorrow morning, if you will, please, on WCSR 92.1 FM from 9 to 10 on Time Out with Andy and Jed. And we'll be just talking. We're going to talk a lot. I don't know if Andy's got a guest tomorrow or not, but obviously we're going to discuss a lot of this tomorrow. So have yourselves a good weekend. I'll talk to you all again then on Monday. Remember, please treat each other with respect. Thank you so much again for watching and listening. And remember to please tell your friends, bundle up. It's going to be a cold, blustery weekend. So until Monday, then, have a happy, safe, healthy weekend. I'll talk to you all again on Monday. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks so much. See you.